Hey guys, it's me Rahul and I'm back with another video, and this time it's another project with our Elegoo UNO R3, and this project is called the RGB LED project, and this is our RGB LED which corresponds to the red, green and blue parts of the LED. This LED has one cathode and three anodes corresponding to each color, of course. So now let's start our project by placing our RGB LED onto a point on our breadboard. Now we're gonna take three 220 resistors and put them each on the same row as the anode for each color. Always remember that the anode is the shorter leg of an LED. And now we're done with our resistors, and now we're going to take a black jumper wire and put this one onto the same row as the cathode of the RGB LED and the second part into the ground pin. Now we're going to take our red jumper wire, put it into the corresponding row of the red anode of the RGB LED and put this one into the sixth pin. Now we're going to take our green jumper wire and do the same thing but corresponding to the green anode and place this one into the fifth pin. We're doing the same thing with our blue jumper wire, and this time it's into the third pin. Now I'm going to supply some power into the Elegoo UNO, and as you can see, the RGB LED lights up. And this is because we also have to write a separate code for this. So now I'm going to move on and show you the code. So right here we have the code for our RGB LED project. So the first three lines that I'm highlighting right here shows how we have set up variables for each of the pins. So from now on, the sixth pin will be called red, the fifth pin will be called green, and the third pin will be called blue. Now let's move on to the void setup part. So here we're setting the pin mode red as output because our red LED is the output, and the same with the green LED and the blue LED. So these pins will be set as output. Now with our digital write function, we'll be able to turn on and off. So right here, our red pin is high, green pin is high, and blue pin is high. This means that all our pins are turned on, and which means that the red, green and blue LEDs will be turned on. Now the void loop function. Any code that we write here is going to be repeated in a loop until the Elegoo UNO loses power, or we change the code. So the first three lines right here with the analog write function, here we have set the red LED with the brightness as high as 225, and this is the brightest. And the green LED has zero brightness and the blue LED also has zero brightness. So as you can guess from this, with these three pieces of code, the red LED is the only LED that turns on. Now we have a delay of 1000 milliseconds, which means it's a delay of 1 second. So the red LED will be turned on for 1 second. Now the next three lines of code turn the green LED to its brightest, and the red and the blue LEDs are switched off because their brightness is 0. And again we have a delay of 1 second, and the next three pieces of code turn the blue LED on, which has the brightness of 225, which is the highest, and the red and the green LEDs are turned off, but they're not directly turned off because their brightness is 0. Next we have a delay of 1 second again, and the last three pieces of code turn on all three LEDs with the brightest they can be. And with this we find out that the color that is produced is white. And now we have a delay of 1 millisecond again, and we go back on top, and the red LED gets turned on, then the green one, then the blue one, and then the white color appears, and then we have a delay of 1 second, and then everything repeats itself. So that was the code for the RGB LED. And I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.